Good morning, you guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, baby. Yes, happy Tuesday, you guys. Thank you for tuning in with me this morning. I do appreciate it. I'm so happy when you guys tune in and watch the videos and the ad till the end. Yes, I love it so much. I do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to be notified when your girl upload another video and when I go live or when I do anything. You always be informed what your girl doing whenever I drop a new video. Like, share, comment. That's it, you guys. That's it. But I've been feeling a certain type of way lately, and it's starting to really get to me. I was just drinking a protein drink, trying to do right. I've been really going through a lot I've been thinking about my dad a lot, my father. And he passed away. Now it's going on 7 months now. And time just flies. I can't believe it's 7 months, but and I just was thinking about how everything in my life went down as far as him, like fast forwarding to the funeral and how the wife made me and my daughter feel like stepkids. I mean, it was really weird how I'm my father's only child. And his wife, he'd been with her for many years, over 30, close to 40. I mean, many years. But in the beginning, when she was dating him, she liked me. And I was thinking, now that I'm older, I'm thinking, yeah, because she was trying to get him. You know what I mean? But after they got married and all that, and as she stayed with him longer, it just seemed like she just didn't like me. And I used to always tell my father that I felt uncomfortable coming around. We would spend a lot of time on the phone or away from his house or whatever. But she didn't never like me. And she would always make me feel uncomfortable. And like when my daughter would call to speak with him, she would, ask to speak to her papa, and she'd be like, who? And she'd be like, may I speak to papa? Who? And so when she says his name, Roger, then she said, hold on. Like she didn't even like my daughter acknowledging him as her grandfather. It was just about her and her grandkids and her kids. And I got angry after he passed, because I started looking at stuff like, why did he let that happen? Like, why did he stick up for me? Like, I would come over there and I was sitting, in their living room with him and stuff, but I didn't feel comfortable around. I didn't feel comfortable when I would go over there. And I never had no ill feelings towards her. She's never really done anything to me. But I just didn't understand it. Like, I needed my father when I was growing up. He got my mother, they were young. And my mother had me at 17, But he wasn't in my life like that. Like, I would see him on every holiday, vacation, summer, stuff like that. He was an absent father. But whenever I needed him, like financially, he was always there when he could be, like when I needed help and everything. But it's more than financial, being a provider or being there for somebody. I went through a lot growing up. I had a lot of issues within myself when I was growing up. And, your father, especially for girls, I'm speaking for girls because boys need their father too. But for girls, it's like your father is the first man that you're going to come in contact with. And when your father encourages you and tells you you're wonderful and be strong and don't let nobody abuse you and hurt you and know your worth and all that stuff, you need that from your father. Even boys need their fathers. Excuse me. A mother can teach her son how to be responsible and this and that and the other, but there's still things that he needs from his father. But I'm talking about for me. And I was thinking back, and it didn't even dawn on me. She wouldn't even let me go to the house to get some of my dad's things that could be memorable for me. Sentimental things. She put in the box what she wanted me to have, and brought it to my job. And I was telling someone about that, and they was like, Tracy, do you not understand? Because at first I was like, she brought it to my job, and he was like, this was a stranger. I was sitting out on my break, and I smoked some cigarette on my break at work. And one of the clients that always come in all the time, a regular, he uses the resource room. And he always sees me out there. So we developed like a little, not really a friendship, but we talk to each other all the time. And I kind of opened up and told him that because he was telling me about, his mom passing and all that. And I told him about my father. He said, did you not understand how cruel that was? And I felt like it was, but I didn't. I always second guess myself sometimes. I didn't want to seem like I'm tripping, But at the funeral, my father made sure he was buried. He paid for his funeral, his casket, and everything. And even though I probably wouldn't have wanted to ride to the funeral home with the, in the limo and in the funeral thing, I probably wouldn't have. But she didn't even say the mortuary, the funeral home will be at the house at such and such a time. You and your daughter be at the house at. She didn't do that. I was my father's only child. My daughter was his only grandchild. Bio. And then she told the family there was nothing was going to be going on at the house after the funeral. That's what my father would have wanted. I said, and I was thinking, that's not what he would have wanted. My father loved to eat. He would have loved us to celebrate his life. But she told his family there was nothing going on. She had something at the house for her and her friends and her family. I was like, wow. And within 2 weeks, his stuff was packed up. My father was sick. I'm quite sure she was tired or whatever, but she brought me a box to my job of my father's things. And it making me feel a way. I couldn't even grieve over my father because I've been angry at him. Like, why would you let someone mistreat your child when you're being a good stepfather to her kids? You're being an awesome grandfather to her grandkids. I mean, that's all he talks about was, and I'm like, wow, you have a granddaughter. It was like he just, like he forgot about me and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me turn my light back on. And it's been making me feel a way like I've been really angry with him because I just didn't feel that love from him. You know, and it's like, I know he loved me. And we had a good relationship. We laughed and we talked, but we didn't have, he didn't, the way he allowed his wife to treat me. And at the funeral, my daughter stood up to say some things about him. The one grandchild that he raised, it was 2 microphones, one on this side of the church and one on the other side. So it just so happened that when they were in line to talk, my daughter got to the microphone and that one grandson was at the microphone. And my daughter was like, go ahead, you can go first. And he was angry. That's my grandfather. It doesn't matter if we're blood or not. The things that he was saying, me and my daughter made eye contact. It was like he was upset that they were upset that we were there. They didn't think that we should be there. The wife didn't want to hug me. She didn't even tell me that my father died. My aunt did. She called my mother. I'm like, I'm his daughter. You couldn't. When they was in the hospital before he died, the nurse was doing the paperwork and was asking him, did he have any kids? And he said, yeah, and he gave them my name. The wife got mad because he didn't use her daughter's name. It was weird. I got angry at my father. Her daughter at the funeral, her daughter ran the whole thing, the whole program. They didn't ask me if I wanted to be a part of the program, a part of anything. It was just, I'm bothered by it. Like, I needed my father when I was growing up. I had a lot of things that was going on with me. And I needed my father, not just to help me when I got behind on a bill or the car broke down. He was there for all that. He was there. About a year before he passed, he was just always keep bringing up child support, how he was a good father because he paid child support. I am 50-something years old. You were done with child support when I was 18 or 19. That was something that you had to do. You paid your fair share of having a child. That was your responsibility to pay, to help support me when I was young. Whether my mother, used the money for bills, whatever, it was still for me. I was in the house. I said, it's not about child support. It's about support. It was about being a father. Like I told him, I said, those grandkids that you raised, they got something that I never got from you. Like I've been really angry. I wanted to go to his graveside and just really tell him how I feel. And how did he allow his wife to treat me and my daughter like that for years? So I was talking to my mother about it, and she said, Tracy, look at it from this perspective. Sometimes when you're in a relationship, and she said, you know this to be the fact because you're in one, sometimes you allow things, or he had to do what he had to do to keep problems down. Or the reason why you weren't invited all the time to his house is because maybe he was protecting your feelings. He didn't want you to be subjected to that in the way she was acting. And I understood what she was saying. And that made me feel a little better. But I'm really like struggling with this because she literally brought a box of stuff that she put together to my job. When I opened up the box, it had some t-shirts in it that had our name on it. It was a lot of his certificates from his job, like Employee of the Month or congratulations, you passed this test or stuff like that. And I started looking through the box again. I said, she emptied his junk drawer. You know how you have a junk drawer and you just put stuff in that drawer, that just be your junk drawer. You just throw stuff in that drawer. Stuff that really he didn't even pay no attention to no more. It was his junk drawer. I knew it was. I can tell. Because it was an old beat up watch that was in the box. Don't work. The band was off. You could tell that it was stuff in his junk drawer that he put in his drawer and he kind of forgot about. She gave me pictures that he had of my grandparents, okay? But all of his sentimental stuff and all that, her family, her kids, her grandkids, they went through my father. They got his legacy. And it bothers me. It's not that it's not about stuff. It's just about she did not want him to be a father to me. I mean, she really was upset. And she really did not feel that I should have been at the funeral. She made me and my daughter and his only living sister, his twin sister, feel like crap. And I was angry. I've been angry with my father for allowing her to treat me like this for years. For years, I felt uncomfortable going over to my father's house. For years. For years. And I went through so much stuff growing up that I really needed my father. I needed his guidance. I needed his wisdom. I needed him to kind of give me some validation. I needed him to tell me that you're doing good. I needed him to tell me he was proud of me for the young woman that I became. It's just weird. I've been really thinking about that, about these things lately. And it's bothering me. And I really want to go to his gravesite and just tell him how I feel. But it's like he can't hear me. I remember I've told him how I felt. I told him how I felt before. And he just put his head down. I told him how I felt. I'm really going through something, you guys. I'm really, people don't understand the importance when you have children. You can't just have them and then let them run free like chickens, like birds and turkeys running up and down the street. Just have them. You can't just lay and hatch them and then let them just take care of themselves. You can't do that. because they're going to grow up to be people. And then they're going to have kids. And the cycle needs to be broken. You know, the cycle needs to be broken. Because as a young woman, I accepted things in relationships that I really shouldn't have had to accept. Needing that validation. Needing a man to love me. Needing a man to love me. And it was probably because I was missing that from my father. I didn't have that. I didn't have no one help me build up my confidence. You know, my mother worked all the time. And she was hardcore. My mom was very, very strong to this day. All that crying and stuff, she don't, Now, you cry if something happens, you know. All that crying and hooping and hollering, My mother worked hard. You know, there was a lot of time that she couldn't spend with me because she worked so hard. And I ended up doing that to my daughter. I worked 2 jobs. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her. But when I did have time, I constantly talked to her. I constantly gave her the validation that she needed. She didn't have her father. Like, a lot of times as young women, we get in these relationships with men and we need validation. A lot of times we accept things that we know we shouldn't accept. We take abuse. We get involved with someone that mentally abuses us, finds your weak areas, and they just horn in on it, you know. It's very important as parents to validate our children, to talk to our kids, to let them know, even if they make a mistake, to punish them, to teach them how to take responsibility for things that they do, but still love them at the same time. You know, if they're in a contest and they lose, but you still tell them, you did good. You guys didn't win the game this time, or you didn't win first place or second place. You didn't win, but you did great. Now, next time, you work harder and you might win. You know, even though you lose or something happens, your parent should be there to build you back up again. And a lot of times we rely on the streets, the schools. You just send your kid to school and that's it. You rely on the teachers and the counselors to do those things that you need to be doing for your kids at home. And we grow up as broken people. And we have to teach ourselves. Confidence is taught. Self-esteem is taught. It's a learned behavior. It's a taught behavior. It's not something you just grow up and you just have it. It's taught. It's instilled in you. It's molded in you. And confidence comes from when your parents tell you things. They find your good qualities that you have, and they talk to you about it. They encourage you. They don't just fuss at you when you do wrong. That's how it was for me. You know, I had to teach. I'm teaching myself confidence. I'm teaching myself now to have self-esteem about myself. And my daughter has it because I talked to her a lot. When I know I worked a lot, but I spent time. Now she too confident. Look, she get on my nerves. Now she too. Okay. Look, now she too confident. Okay, can't tell her nothing. But anyway, those behaviors, those traits are taught. And so we grow up as broken people. And I've really been thinking about my father because I loved him to death. But I've been angry with him the past few months because I feel like he just let her treat me any kind of way. Putting on my eyebrows. He just let her treat me any kind of way. And my daughter. Like, he couldn't be proud of his daughter, his granddaughter, graduating from college, getting her bachelor's. Okay, studying for her master's. He had a lot to be proud of. Okay? I don't know. You guys, I really been struggling with this for some time now. And it's been hitting me lately because it's getting close to the holidays. And like every Christmas, my personal tradition, I make gumbo on Christmas. And I always have him come get a big old, big bowl of it. Or for his birthday, not all the time, but, sometimes I make gumbo for him. Or he loves okra because he's Creole. And I make him his okra dish and stuff like that. And we talk, we had a closeness. We laugh and stuff. But I was angry how his wife treated me. And she really showed herself. She really showed her true feelings when my father passed. She showed her true feelings when my father passed. Oh, she let the cat out the bag. Okay, she didn't hold back nothing. And it was horrible. It was horrible. I don't want somebody. Okay, somebody was walking by. Look, the manager. I don't want him showing up on my videos. But it was horrible, you guys. I'm really going through something. I'm really feeling away. We have to break that cycle. We have to talk to our kids. We do. We have to talk to our kids, you guys. And being a single parent is so hard. And these guys, I ain't giving you no child support so you can go get your nails done, your hair done. It's not about that. It's about you paying your fair share. It's about you helping support your child. A lot of these guys weren't taught responsibility. They weren't taught how to be responsible. They weren't taught how to take responsibility for their actions. How to stand up and be a man. They weren't taught it. So they grow up. And when they become adults, they don't know. They still don't know. And then they don't know how to teach their children. When they have kids, they don't know how to teach them to be. Because they don't know. I'm going through it, you guys. I'm feeling away right now. I'm really feeling away right now. And I'm fighting some demons within myself. I'm fighting some things. And it's been bothering me for the past few days. It's probably been bothering me for a long time, but it's coming to a head. It's coming to the surface. I'm dealing with it. I'm looking at things. I'm facing things. Okay? We have to look at it and face it before we can fix it. Looking at it is hard. It's hard to look at your crap. It's hard to look at your stuff. It's ugly. Sometimes your stuff be ugly, but you can't fix it if you can't look at it. You can't fix it if you can't face it. We can't fix it if we can't accept it. So I'm accepting some things and I'm working on myself in some areas. And I'm telling myself that it's not my fault and that I'm a wonderful person and that I am human and that I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I don't profess to be. You know, I have a relationship with God. You know, my own relationship. You know, I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. You know, I don't do evil for evil. You know, I'm sensitive. I'm real big on loyalty. Real big on loyalty. And I was bothered for a while about my friend that I was really close to, my girlfriend. How she really hurt my feelings. I mean, really hurt my feelings at a little outing I went out with her. And then when I didn't call her for a couple of days, she never called me. To this day, she has not called me. And I'm thinking, damn, when you care about somebody, when they're your real friend, they gonna call you. They gonna want to call you and see what's up, see how you're doing. Is there anything that she did wrong? Or ain't never called. Ain't never called. I texted her the other day about something about another friend, but that's it. But you guys, I'm going through a lot right now. I'm thinking about a lot. I'm thinking about people in my life that hurt me. I'm thinking about people in my life. I'm going through some things right now. I'm human. I'm human. I'm human. I'm human. We all go through that. But we have to look at our stuff in order to fix ourselves. We just do. But look here, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I just wanted to share with you guys I was going through something. And I'm going through a little something. I'm feeling away. I'm in my feelings right now. I'm in my feelings. And it's okay to be in your feelings. It's okay to be in your feelings. It's okay. So I want you guys to have a good day. I hope you have watched this video till the end. I sure do. Okay, I want you guys to have a good day. I want you to hold your head up, because I'm holding my head up. Okay, I know I'm somebody. I can't change the past. I can't change what happened. All I can do now is move forward and fix those things. That's all I can do is fix it. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what y'all got to do. That's what we all got to do. So hold your head up no matter what. Okay, I'm in my feelings. I'm holding my head up. I'm holding my head up. Regardless. My mama holds her head up. My mama's hurt. She broken. But you would never see my mama with her head hanging low. You would never see her like that. My mama been through some stuff too growing up. You know, and she taught me to be strong. Okay? But I'm a crybaby. Okay? That's, you know. But my mother, my grandmother, you would never see them walk around like this. Woe is me. You never see that. My mama could be hurt, mad, angry. You would never see her like that. And that's where I got that from. That's where I got it from. So hold your head up no matter what. Keep a smile on your face regardless of what you're going through. You keep working on yourself. Okay? You keep working on yourself. I encourage you guys, have a good day. Don't let nobody steal your joy. And don't you steal theirs. Because you feeling the way you feeling, so now you're going to take their joy. We ain't going to do that. Not today, y'all. Not today. But check this out. I will see you in the next video. Peace.